Hi there folks, my name's NovaWing24 and welcome to the NovaWrap, your one-stop location for all your simulation and gaming news from the week that was. Alrighty, so this week we are starting with some releases for the guys who might play around in X-Plane 10. So, this week we've seen two new releases for X-Plane 10. We've seen Alabeo re-release their DA40, which they'd originally made for FSX and for P3D. That has now been released for you X-Plane 10 pilots out there, and bringing along the same high quality and side prop effects and all the wonderful things that we expect from Alabeo's products, is now coming over to an X-Plane 10 simulator near you. On top of that as well, we've got the release, finally, it's been long awaited, of SoulMade Simulations DHC2 Beaver. Now, for those who've had FSX, you've had a very basic float version of the DHC2 Beaver for quite a number of years. But this brings the wheeled version and the float version into X-Plane. So SoulMade Simulations have done an absolutely bang-up job doing this one, and it's looking pretty spectacular. And you know what? It's an aircraft that I've always admired. I just think I don't know, it just looks cool. It looks like it's straight, well it is, but you know, it also looks like it's straight out of that golden age of aviation that is somewhat missing in this day of jets and turboprops and fun things. So yeah, it's still looking pretty damn awesome. Alrighty, moving on to other releases. So in the scenery world, the scenery world's had quite a few releases this week. So we've seen that now with the rather topical when it comes to the whole Greece thing at the moment, isn't it? But so far, where FSOFTWARE have released their LIMNOS Island Airport, which is Lima Golf, Lima Mike. So this is a gateway to the Greek and Turkish coasts, little Greek island there, very famous for its beaches and its relaxed atmosphere and things like that, though probably at the moment not known for its economical prowess. But anyway, this includes some photoreal of the airport and the areas around it, 3D buildings, stuff like that. Look, it's €10. And honestly, just from looking at the screenshots, I wouldn't be paying €10 for it. I tried to sound upbeat for this when I announced this, but I'm sorry, but looking at the quality of what I'm looking at from the screenshots now, bear in mind, I will be honest, I haven't got it, so I haven't been, had it actually loaded up in my simulator. But looking at it, it's just not cool. I mean, they say they include the military base with static military planes. They're F-18s and F-22s. Greece doesn't fly them. They don't. Oh, anyway, look. No offense. Okay, look, great to see there's a fresh new developer out there, and I'm sure they're spreading their wings. But I don't know if I'd be paying €10 for this. I don't know. Maybe that €10 is going to make the difference between Greece staying in the European Union or getting out of it. I don't know. Up to you. Anyway, so yeah, buyer beware. Please check the screenshots out before you get it, because yeah, I'm, as I said, suitably not impressed by what I'm seeing. So, Anyway, alrighty, moving on to other FSX releases. So, the guys over at Orbx and Full Terrain have been busy once again. They've got another new release out. So, this one is their first airport in the Czech Republic. So, this one is designed to work with the FTX Global base product, and also designed to merge with the Open LC, Open Land Class for Europe and FTX Vector, which I think a lot of us at least have the Global and Vector around these days. But anyway, they've actually taken across this airport. So this airport is Horovis, so Lima Kilo Hotel Victor. This one it's got an interesting story behind it. Essentially, it was built as a diversion, as a dispersion base in the event of NATO attack or something, or during the times of war for the main Czech Air Force airfields nearby. So that was part to do with Splitsen and Hradec. So it's an interesting airfield that it was originally maintained by the military, but it's now a privately owned, privately run airfield for the local flying club. But it does have runways large enough to accommodate your supersonic aircraft as well. So yeah, it's an interesting little blend, and it's what I really like from the screenshots I've seen so far is how the fact that they Orbx have captured the and the developers, specifically Vlad Malay, have actually captured that feeling of the communist era and the sort of the concrete blockhouse sort of exterior, the practicalities with and putting it into the sort of modern GA setting that it is used for now. So pretty cool. It also comes with some castles modelled in photoreal as well, and I love flying around and finding castles and stuff like that in flight simulators. I really do. So this is looking like it's going to be a pretty interesting one to grab. So yeah, if you want to fly, looking for something to fly low and slower in Europe, or test your skills with trying to land something supersonic on a less than maintained runway, this is probably going to be something that you want to consider getting. Alrighty, in other FSX now, moving on to FSX Steam Edition releases. So for Steam Edition releases for scenery, we've got two Sim 720 releases this week. So Santa Barbara Airport has been released for FSX Steam Edition, so it's up in sort of heading out to serving as a hub to going out through to Los Angeles, Denver, Seattle, all that kind of fun stuff. Used as a commuter hub, but also has its history steeping back in through military airports as well. Hosts various airlines, and it's a usual fantastic quality job from Sim 720, especially with what they do with night lighting and the sort of static aircraft to make sure that everything is sort of looking right for what they want. So very impressive and great to see from them. As well, from Sim 720, we've got Inverness, up in the Highlands of Scotland. That has also been released out for us as well. So a big airfield that was, again, sort of started its history as a Second World War Royal Air Force base, but now is used as a civilian base and hanging out through the UK and to some European destinations as well. Over 15,000 scheduled flights every year use this airport, which is pretty incredible. It is, for the history buffs, it is very close to the 1746 site of the Battle of Culloden. I'm sure I've mispronounced that, and I'm sure I'll get my Scottish viewers will be telling me off about that. But hey, you know what? It is a great piece of technology, great piece of scenery, once again, from the guys over at Sim 720. So if you want to expand your Highland airports to be able to go seeing the Highlands of Scotland, makes a great little addition as well, especially if you've got Stornoway Airport as well. So great little thing to tuck in and see that as well. For other things from FSX Steam Edition as well, we've got an aircraft out this week from First Class Simulations. So their Yonkers Ju-87 Stuka has been added in. So this one gives things like the dive siren, which is pretty much what the Stuka is very, very well known for, and being able to get the flight dynamics of the dive and some of its history in there as well, with a set of 5 different liveries in that. I'm not going to comment any further on this one, because I am not going to say anything until I actually get my hands on it and have a look at it, because I've had some poor experiences with First Class Simulations in the past. So I am very intrigued to actually get my hands on a review copy, and so hopefully I might be able to do that in the next week or two and just give you a report on that one there. But it is out, available now for the grand old price of $9.99 US, or your local Steam equivalents. Alrighty, in other simulation news, so moving out of the flight sim world, moving out of the FSX world anyway at the moment, we're moving over to another, it's called a flight simulation. I don't agree that it is, but anyway. It's also apparently the week of ports from mobiles and tablets and consoles onto PCs this week. So we've got Flight Unlimited Las Vegas has been released. I'm not even going to comment on this. I really am not. It wasn't that flash on iOS and on Android, and trying to put it over onto PC when it's going head to head against things like FSX, X-Plane, it's just no, really, just no. Don't get it, please. Or if you're going to get it, get it on the platform it's supposed to be on, which is a mobile platform. Muck around something while you're waiting for a train, but do not waste your money on this for PC. Do not. Now, maybe if you could buy it on PC and you got it on your mobile device as well, okay, but still, No, just no, just don't. You've been warned. Just don't. Just no, no, no. All right. In other porting news as well, so we've got Crash Dive Tactical Submarine Combat. So where you play as a U-boat captain prowling the Atlantic in search of convoys to sink. Again, it's an iOS port. Um, it's an arcade thing. It's just don't get it on PC. Get it on the platform it's supposed to be on. Get it on iOS, okay? Or get it on your mobile platform. Get it on Android. Actually, to be fair, actually a positive for this one, it is on Windows Phone, which is cool. I like things that actually support Windows Phone platform. I'm a big supporter of that platform myself. Unfortunately, many devs are not, but yeah, it's great to see that it's on that. Get it on that platform. Get it on your mobile platform. Don't waste your time on it on PC. Just no. Just no. Anyway, there's a lot of no's from me this week, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of no's this week. All right. In other porting news as well, so we've got F1 Formula 1 2015 has been released, and again, this is a port over from consoles, though not at least not from mobiles. So this is being ported over from the consoles onto PC. So it's proclaiming itself being a better sort of a reinvigoration of the series, and actually getting your whole world championships, get all the whole career mode championship season race with new engine, new game engine, new physics engine, and everything else is going to be fun for that. And they've specifically released it early this year so they can actually keep in line as close as they can with the current race season, which is a noble goal. It would have been nice though if it came out at January, February, but anyway. However, a lot of the community are reporting that it has not been ported across very well. So again, just my advice is read the reviews before looking at buying it. And look, this sort of leads on to me. You see, you're probably hearing that I'm rather negative about porting, about ports and stuff. It's because nobody seems to want to do a decent job of doing a port anymore. Anyway, so yeah, just again, buyer beware. Just saying. So meh. Anyway, all right. Okay, in other news, so in other simulation news, we've got for the world of trains. So in Train Simulator from the guys over at Dovetail, we have a new route add-on this time. So we've got the Trent Valley Line has now been released, complete with a couple of 10 scenarios in there as well, with various trains included. So you also it also includes the Class 66. Diesel locomotive and a Class 350 Desero EMU as well locomotive. So you get some trains as well as a route add-on, which is pretty damn cool. Nice expansions, and of course always compatible with Steam Workshop scenarios as well, which is always great to see. Beautifully modelled and detailed scenery, train stations, power plants, and all the rest of it. So yeah, it's really cool to see again another high quality add-on being released for Train Simulator. Again, the permanent way is not always my thing, but you know what? As I said, I'm always impressed by the amount of detail, the amount of effort that the guys at Dovetail and the team and all their developers go through to actually release this really good, high-quality content for us as simulation gamers. And pretty much sort of rounding out the simulation news for this week is we've got Cricket Captain 2015. So again, one of those sort of team and sporting game management simulation type things. Well, it's not a management simulation. It actually is, about simulating the game and actually playing the cricket. Very topical with the fact that we've got the Ashes series underway at the moment, and it's good to see England wiping the floor with the Australians on that first match. So that was really good. Anyway, so we've got the new release of Cricket Captain 2015. Big improvements this time is that it actually got a huge sort of content update in terms of over its predecessors, with the Indian domestics system being put through there. Usual graphics tweaks that we see is proved as well, and also get better modeling of the 2020 formats and your one-day international formats. So it's great to see that you're taking on board not just the more classic and more established forms of cricket, but now also really going on for more versions of the same sort of thing in the top thing, which is actually happening in the real world. Interesting thing as well, there's a corruption modeling system as well, which I'm intrigued about. That just sounds really interesting. It really does. But anyway, so yeah. Alrighty, folks. Well, that wraps up the simulation news from the week that was. Thank you very much for joining me once again in the NovaWrap for the weekly wrap up. So don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe to the channel here, and like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as always, if you want to follow up with me and all the things I'm doing between videos, you can always find me on Facebook and on Twitter. Just search NovaWing24. Alright, folks, thanks very much for joining. Take care, safe skies to all, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.